From a muddy logging camp to the home of Amazon and Starbucks, Seattle's transformation is one of America's most incredible city stories. But how did this rainy Pacific Northwest outpost become a global tech capital? Today on History Love, we're uncovering complete history of Seattle, including disasters, gold rushes, and music revolutions that changed the world. Let's dive in. By Rain and Fire, the birth of Seattle. In the autumn chill of 1851, as the mist coiled low over the Duwamish River, a tide of American pioneers, hungry for land and legacy, stepped onto ancestral ground. Luther Collins and his party first staked their claim near the river's mouth, just as the Denny Party, soaked by a fierce November storm, landed on the windswept shore of Alki Point. It was not triumph but survival that marked those early days. A brutal winter drove them from Alki shores across the icy waters of Elliott Bay, where they carved a second chance from the forested wilds, naming it Duwamish, a settlement built on resilience. But another name stirred in the shadows, New York Alki, the dream of a rival colony that whispered a grandeur someday, as its Chinook name foretold. For a time, the two settlements wrestled for supremacy, but it was Duwamish, with its promise and its people, that endured. And behind this rising frontier town stood Doc Maynard, whose vision looked beyond ambition. He insisted the city bear the name of Chief Seattle, the Duwamish and Suquamish leader, whose people had lived in harmony with the land long before iron axes rang through its forests. Then came January 26, 1856, and with the Battle of Seattle, a desperate clash born from the smoldering tensions of the Puget Sound War. Bullets and arrows met in the fog as the young settlement fought for its fragile life. They survived, and from rain, rivalry, and rebellion, Seattle was born, not in peace, but in persistence, forged in fire and gold. Seattle's ascent. Beneath gray skies and evergreen canopies, the city that would become Seattle quietly etched its name into official maps on May 23, 1853, a name chosen not for conquest, but to honor Chief Seattle, the native leader whose presence still lingers in the soul of the land. Yet, Seattle's early identity was as unstable as a timber that slid down Yesler Way, known then as Skid Road, the lifeline of a booming lumber town built on backbreaking labor and raw ambition. In a whirlwind of formation, dissolution, and rebirth, the town was incorporated, disincorporated, and finally reincorporated in 1869, when its people demanded permanence, branding Chief Seattle's image into their city's official seal. Seattle was never a city of gentle growth. Boom and bust carved its character. Its first prosperity drenched in the scent of fresh-cut wood, its streets echoing with the anger of laborers and the cruel cries of anti-Chinese riots in 1885 to 1886, when fear and economic despair turned neighbor against neighbor. Then came the Inferno. The Great Seattle Fire of 1889 reduced its heart to ash, but from those ashes rose something more resilient, more resolute. Even Washington Mutual was born in the smoke's wake, a symbol of faith in what could rise again. But it was not lumber nor fire, but gold that would propel Seattle skyward. When the SS Portland steamed into port on July 14, 1897, bearing its mythical ton of gold, the city's destiny shifted forever. Seattle became the gatekeeper to dreams, the launching point to the Klondike, not for those who struck it rich, but for those who clothed them, fed them, and carried them north. In that exchange, Seattle found something far more enduring than gold, its calling as the Emerald Queen of the Northwest, ever resilient, ever reinventing, ever rising. From boom to sky, Seattle's century of fire and flight. The 20th century roared into Seattle on waves of gold and grit, birthing icons like UPS, Nordstrom, and Eddie Bauer in the heartbeat of a rising metropolis. The city dreamed big, designing parks with the Olmsted brothers and reshaping its identity through the grandeur of the 1909 Alaska Yukon Pacific Exposition. But the dreams were hard-won. Shipbuilding surged during World War I, only to give way to unrest in the Seattle General Strike of 1919, a defiant cry for workers' rights that echoed across the nation. The Great Depression hit Seattle like a storm. Industries crumbled, and Hooverville, a sprawling shantytown, sprawled on its outskirts. Yet in that hardship, women rose, inspired by Eleanor Roosevelt, demanding recognition beyond domestic walls, publishing bold truths in The Woman Today and Working Woman. Even as the city reeled, art thrived in the glow of Alexander Pantage's theaters, and the University of Washington flourished when other schools dimmed. Then came war, World War II, and with it, Boeing's ascent. Seattle buzzed with aircraft production, even as Japanese-American communities were cruelly torn away. Post-war decline gave way to soaring hope when Boeing's jets took flight, and Seattle reached the stars, literally, with the Space Needle, born from the optimism of the 1962 Century 21 Exposition. Through fire, protests, and flight, Seattle reshaped not just its skyline, but its soul. From shadows to silicon, Seattle's fall and rise in the late 20th century. The closing decades of the 20th century saw Seattle teeter on the edge of despair, only to rocket skyward with innovation, rebellion, and reinvention. The late 1960s brought economic collapse as Boeing, once the city's mighty lifeblood, faltered under oil crises and delays with the 747. The heartbreak was so deep that a billboard pleaded, "With the last person leaving Seattle, turn out the lights." Yet even in the darkness, embers of a new identity sparked. Tragedies like the Ozark Hotel fire and the haunting Duwamish massacre left deep scars, even as espresso culture quietly brewed a cultural shift. In 1971, in the hum of Pike Place Market, Starbucks opened its doors, planting the seed for a global coffee empire. Then came the tech tide. Microsoft's 1979 move to Bellevue marked a seismic shift. By the 1990s, Seattle became a beacon for innovation, drawing titans like Amazon, Nintendo of America, and real networks, fueling a population boom and a real estate surge. But it wasn't just business. The soul of the city pulsed with grunge, a raw sound born in Seattle's indie clubs that gave voice to a disenchanted generation. From the growl of Nirvana to the global spotlight of Sleepless in Seattle and Frasier, the city's image was reshaped in the cultural imagination. Yet Seattle was never one to rise without resistance. The 1999 WWII protests turned its streets into a battleground of ideals, as tear gas and chants drowned out diplomatic handshakes. The city that had once begged for its lights to be turned off now burned with a fierce fire of reinvention, a place of tech rebellion and espresso-fueled dreams. A city reborn, Seattle in the 21st century. The 21st century opened with tremors, both literal and figurative, as the Mardi Gras riots rattled the heart of Seattle, only to be followed the next day by the Nisqually earthquake, shaking buildings and nerves alike. Yet out of rubble and unrest, Seattle rose once more, resilient, ambitious, and unrelenting. As the Great Recession faded into memory, Amazon's bold move to South Lake Union ignited a transformation unlike any in the city's history. Cranes dotted the skyline, and in 2017 alone, nearly 10,000 new apartments reached skyward, changing the face of the city overnight. From 2010 to 2015, more than 14,000 new residents arrived each year, drawn by the tech boom, economic opportunity, and the mystique of a city constantly reinventing itself. Unemployment plummeted and prosperity surged, but not without consequence. As new wealth poured in, so did rising inequality. Thousands of households were swallowed by skyrocketing rents, forced to surrender half their income just to stay housed. At least 2,800 people found themselves without shelter in a city bursting with affluence, caught in the brutal irony of progress. Seattle, vibrant and conflicted, now stands at a crossroads, booming with opportunity, yet burdened by the growing pains of its own success. Seattle's journey proves that even the rainiest, most remote towns can shape history. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the Emerald City, hit like, subscribe, and tell us, what modern city should we profile next? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode of History Love.